It's your boy Big Doc, man, chilling in the lab. We on behind the mic, and tonight we have a very, very special guest, man. This is somebody that I call my brother, somebody I love very, very much. Very cool dude, very funny dude. People have actually gotten us confused, which I don't understand because I'm out of shape and he is not. But my brother, the other half of the Twin Towers, yes, the Twin Towers. My brother, Mr. Melvin Washington Jr.
In the building, in the flesh, you know what I mean? And I'm here, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm excited to be in the environment, you know what I'm saying, to have fun with the Behind the Mic crew. And thanks for having me on the show, man. Thank you, Big Doc, you know what I'm saying, for inviting me to the show, man. I appreciate that, dog.
No doubt.
Because, you know what I'm saying, you the other side of the Twin Towers of comedy, man. That's just what it do. So, at the end of the day, I appreciate you for having me.
Well, I'll tell you, man. You know, a lot of people see you. You know, they see you at Royal. They saw you at Stateside. They see you all around Vegas. They see you in Colorado because you went to Denver. They see you on the East Coast because you went out there too. You know, they see you in Utah. You know what I'm saying? So they see you on the stage, man. And one of the things that a lot of people don't understand about us comedians, you know what I'm saying, is that we're people too. You know, and even when you know, we're on stage doing our thing and whatnot. A lot of people, they expect that from us, man. But tell us something about Melvin. What is it about Melvin that people don't know? Like, do you get up in the morning and eat Cheerios in your boxers? I mean,
I like Frosted Flakes and shit, though. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if I wake up in the morning, I gotta have my bowl cold. So I mean, my bowl is always in my freezer. So when I pull it out, my bowl gotta be cold and my spoon gotta be cold. So every night before I go to bed, my bowl and spoon is in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? So I pull that cold, you know what I'm saying, that cold morning Frosted Flake cereal in the morning. Which be good, though, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, though, something really to touch about Melvin, though, you know what I'm saying? I'm a family man. I love my family dearly, though, you know what I'm saying? I'm really a family guy. I have no kids. I got you know what I'm saying, a bunch of nephews, and I got two nieces, you know what I'm saying, that I love dearly, you know what I mean? That they call Uncle Melly Mel, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I'm from, you know, oh, Melly Mel! They Uncle Melly Mel, so it's different, you know what I'm saying? To see them, you know, yay high, to bring them, they be up, and my little nephew, we play the video game and shit, he be like, yeah, what up, Melly Mel? I'm like, wait, I raised you, little nigga. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you tripping like this?
Well, you know, man, with the video games, man, the gloves come off, man. You know, that's when it's, you know, shit talking supreme. You know, don't cross the line, little nigga. But, you know, it's one of those things, man. So, you've been doing comedy about 5, 6 years?
It's going on, actually. I fucked up. I did a 5-year anniversary comedy show, and it wasn't 5 years.
Wow.
It's going on 5 years. So now it's going on 5 years. So, you know what I mean? I was confused with the Facebook timing until I went to my YouTube video. I'm like, wait, my first show was... What nigga, you done fucked up. But you know what I'm saying, we gonna do a bigger this year. We did that show at Stateside Lounge, 5-year anniversary show, which was dope as hell though. So shout out to all the comedians that came out to that, all the people that supported at that end of the day anyway. But this, you know what I'm saying, this year, upcoming year though, we're gonna do a way bigger, way better, you know what I'm saying. But that show was also amazing though, man. So you know what I'm saying, being in the comedy game, I you know what I'm saying, not even saying put people on, because I'm not that type of comedian. What I did was, I created a Stateside Lounge for a platform for comedians that wasn't getting seen, like, you know what I'm saying, comedians that didn't have a voice, that comedians that, you know what I'm saying, would call you up and be like, can I hit your stage? Like, that's what I made that room for. So I celebrated 5 years of, you know what I'm saying, just life in that environment. But I was only there for about, 3 years or something like that. But, you know what I'm saying, like, you came through one time, you know what I'm saying, you know, and it was like, man, what's up? I'm like, man, Big Doc, that's my nigga, put on, and we turned up. Like a lot of comedians, so, you know what I'm saying, in the aspect of growing and development, and comedians growing into developers, and what they've been doing, you know what I'm saying, coming off a Stateside Lounge comedy show, it means a lot to my heart, though, you know, just to see them grind and continue to succeed to do things like that, you know.
Well, I know when I'm going on 3 years. It'll be 3 years in February, you know, that I've been hitting stages and whatnot, but what was actually funny is when I first started, everybody was like, man, have you met Melvin Washington? Like, no. Have you met Melvin Washington? No. Who's Melvin Washington? That nigga tall, just like you. Like, okay. It was almost like they was pitting us, like when we meet each other, oh, you Melvin nigga? Oh, you Melvin? You the Melvin I've been hearing about, nigga? But that wasn't it. You know, when we first met each other, man, it was just cool. You know,
it was actually dope because I remember the inbox. It was like, yo, what's up? I'm Big Dion and all of that and the third. And it was like, I went to Boomers. No, I went to Boomers.
Yeah.
And I seen you.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yo. And he was like, yo, nigga, what's up with your tight ass shirt, with your tight ass jeans, tight ass pants, tight ass shoes. You look tight ass in the box. The nigga was square up there, nigga. We was out there literally squaring up in the parking lot. We was really like ready to slap box. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
That shit was cool, though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you always preach to me about this Twin Towers of comedy. He hit me up. And yo, what's up about this Twin Towers of comedy thing? What's up? And I always like brushed it off for a little while because I was doing it, whatever. Yeah. And I'm glad I did it because we did that amazing show together, and that show was awesome, though.
We did. Trust and believe, there's gonna be another one coming. Definitely gonna do it the right way. You know, not saying that the wrong way was done, but there's some things, there's some steps that we skipped. They shouldn't have been skipped. There were some people on there that should have been on there. We're not gonna go into that. This is about my boy Melvin tonight in this interview. So. Tell the people who may not know, like, how did you get into comedy?
Man, how I got into comedy, well, I was playing basketball and stuff like that. That was never my dream. You know what I'm saying? I was out there, you know, I went to, Snow College my first year, 2009. I hooped over there, and I went to North Angel Junior College, 2010, 2011.
Okay.
Transferred to Oklahoma, Panhandle State. I was playing ball out there. But I've been funny all my life, though, like bag sessions, that's what we called them. Like, if I was the cat that come in the cafeteria, niggas would run out the cafeteria. If I was a cat, they'd be like, oh, nigga, mail coming, now get nigga move. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to come through and shoot at everybody. I don't care where you was, I was class clown. That's what it was, but that was always in the back of my mind, though, you know what I mean? Right. And at the end of the day, I used to just watch funny videos, and like Jamie Foxx is which inspiration, you know what I'm saying, inspirational to me to do comedy, and Mike Epps and the Friday at the Next and just shit like that, and I was just like zoning in, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't me, it was just a spirit within me to do comedy, though, you know what I'm saying? To make people laugh, because that's what I love to do. Right. And I didn't really look at it like that, you know what I mean? So I was hooping and doing all this and that, and one day I woke up and was like, you know what I'm saying? It all started with a red book. I opened up a red book one day, and I started writing jokes, and I was just going to practice and just making motherfuckers laugh. And then woke up the next day, I told Coach, I'm done with basketball. Quit, came home, started doing comedy at the Sailors Lounge on Sahara. And I was doing over there, and I was underground. It was like a little music thing, but they let me come do comedy, and I was turning up. And then I went to Boomers, and I went to different places. And it was like, man, I can do this. Like, you know, I can make people laugh and stuff like that. So, you know, I just try to grow every day to be better than what I was before. So I love doing comedy, and that's what I love to do, man.
I like that, man. That's deep. That's deep, man. For a lot of the new generation of comedians, like, technically, you would be considered a veteran. You know what I'm saying? You've been in it for 5 years. You know, you've seen the highs, you've seen the lows, you know, you've seen the grind, you know what it takes, you know, and you see how shady this business can be. Thanks. You know, how cutthroat this business can be. How Thanks. People who say they're your peoples, you know, but will quickly turn on you, you know, for the smallest thing. But and you've seen that. You've experienced that, you know. So my question is, you know, for someone who is up and coming, for somebody who's hitting the stage for the first time, you know, what advice would you, better yet, what advice would you give Melvin when Melvin first started? If you can go back 5 years ago and see Melvin, you know, coming out the basketball court, you done told the coach, hey, I'm done with it.
Fuck it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to run no more 17s. Yeah. I don't want to run no more suicides. I don't want to shoot a damn free throw. I'm going to make people laugh. So what would you tell Melvin then?
What I always tell, you know what I'm saying, comedians, even my brother Will, in every interview that we do on a radio show, I'm not better than anyone on this face of earth. Everybody is a student of comedy. Nobody is ever great. You got to continue to work and continue to do you know, what you love to do, and that's make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not better than no one, so I can't tell the next person what to do. I can't tell the next person what he needs to do. All I can tell the next person to do is grind and do what you love to do, and to try to make the best out of yourself. and make sure people laugh and make sure people are happy, man. That's all I'm here for. Is to try to give that joy to somebody's life, because you never know what somebody's going through.
True.
You never know if somebody's ready to hang themselves. But when people come up to me after a comedy show and be like, yo, that shit was dope, that shit was fire, bro. Or when I'm out of town and people are like, man, you're fucking awesome, bro. Like, keep going. That's what makes me motivated to keep going and do bigger and better things. And that's what people don't know about me. They know I work hard as a motherfucker. That's what comes down to me. You know what I'm saying? I work hard as shit.
All right.
Facts.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm only going to continue to keep working and keep riding and to tell the next comedian that's doing that, don't be me. Be better than me. Don't be Melvin Washington Jr. Be better than Melvin Washington Jr. Don't be Cedric and Shane. Don't be Mike F. Don't be Cat Williams. Don't be Kevin Hart. Be better than them. And that's what I look every day when I wake up. I want to be better than the person I was yesterday.
Okay. Well, that's dope. One of the things, and I always take this with me, Big Weezy. Big Weezy.
Weezy Weez!
Shouts out to Big Weezy, man.
I ain't talked to Weezy in a minute, man.
He gave me some of the best advice, and I still carry it with me to this day. He said, you know, comedy is not about making people laugh. And when he said it, I kind of looked at him like, the fuck it ain't? He said, no, it's not. He said it's about getting your message across. Now, if you can do it in a manner that touches somebody and they laugh about it, that's even the bonus. You know, you want that laugh, don't get me wrong, but it's about getting your message across, you know, in a way that maybe somebody else isn't doing. You know, and it took me a minute to like really get that, you know, and I understand it. So between that, Donnie, you know, his slogan, if you ain't laughing, you learn. You know what I'm saying? So you always, you know, when people say something like that, it's like, okay, you know, for some people it may take them a minute to let that sink in, you know. But once you get it, you got it. To close it out, man, with my boy Melvin here, man, like I said, I just want to say from us that came up into comedy, that you gave a platform to, that you allowed to perform, man. So from all of us to you, thank you, and continue to keep doing what you're doing, man, because like it's definitely working.
Not to cut you off, like I said, it's not about me, it's about what people do. So, you know what I'm saying?
You can't just take thank you? You can't say you welcome?
Nigga, kill yourself. What I gotta say is, now real talk, man, shout out to the people that's on that grind trying to do what they gotta do. Like I said, it's not about me, it's about them. It's not about me, it's about you. It's not about me, it's about the people that want to do something to, you know what I'm saying, give that laughter out to the community and to the world. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not about me. It ain't about what I do. It's about what everybody do to come together and make something really blossom in the city of Las Vegas, because I'm born and raised here. I know you're from California, but I love my city, and this is what I'm going to do for Las Vegas, Nevada, and that's continue to make that funny happen from Melvin Washington Jr.
Love it, man. So, for all of those who may not know, but there's a lot of us that do, but for those that don't, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Rob Your Girlfriend, Melvin Washington Jr. That's it. You can find me on YouTube at Keyboy Melly, which holds prank calls, skits, and all that when I first started doing comedy about years ago. They'll see all the skits they'll see the dramatic change from where I was then and where I'm at now. So I like it. So just, you know, support me, support live comedy, and continue to support Big Doc. And thank y'all, like I say, behind the mic, thank y'all for letting me come through here and share, you know, with y'all. So thank you.
As for myself, you can find me on Facebook, Dion Big Doc Amos. We definitely blessed to be on Behind the Mic, man. I hope y'all learned a lot about my brother tonight, man. And trust me, when you see him in the streets, man, walk up to him, talk to him.
Talk to him, because he is not an angry motherfucker, okay? You talk to me, I'm going to talk to you, we're going to have fun, and I'm going to love you, and you're going to love me. Thank y'all for having me on the show. Shout out to Big Doc one time. One love. I appreciate you. The other side of the tower is the comment. Thank you, Will Mom, and the family for having me on the Behind the Mic show.
Behind the Mic, I got it hit.
You know what I'm talking about.